Hi guys, Aceface here. Got a video on Termagants for you. I'm looking at mainly the paint tips and tricks that I've found on painting vast numbers of these. So hopefully you like the video. Please do like, comment and subscribe. Kind of helps me out loads, and it just means that I'm kind of on the right track with my videos. But anyway, back to the Termagants. So I found there's pretty much two methods to paint these quickly and effectively so it doesn't drive you completely insane. Okay, so the first one I'll go through is if I use my colour scheme. So basically what you want to do, as you can see on this guy, is you want to start off with your black base coat spray primer, and you spray that all over and wait for that to dry. And then after that, what you want to do is just start off with a skin by dry brushing over in my way in a grey. You could do that in a couple of goes, or you can do it once. It really sort of depends on how much sort of raised colour you want to put on it. And the same goes if you're using a different colour scheme, that again you're using a dark base coat. So if you're doing blue skin, for instance, if you were using the Army Painter spray, you'd start off in that blue spray and then you find a lighter blue and then you just literally dry brush on top of that to give the gradients. It's a very quick, easy method to do it, and you can actually get quite a nice effect quickly. Then after that you're doing the carapace, so you again picking your colour and painting all the carapace parts on. Again, it's fairly quick. The more you get used to it, you can kind of miss out on the mistakes, and it's not too difficult to do. Once you've done that, again back to the same sort of method, find a lighter colour, and you can do it two ways, I found. Well, there's some other ways you can do it, but the two sort of normal ways that you see them, and probably the most effective ways, is you can either do it in this method, which is kind of, if you can see there, if I can get it nice and focused without a shaky hand, you can see you just do a slight pin striping in the lighter blue, and that kind of gives you that kind of raised effect. So that's one way of doing it. Now that takes a little bit of time, and it's actually not the easiest of techniques to do, but once you get it down, it does look quite effective. Or if I can find one of my other ones, let's find one. Let's go with this fella here. Right, so on this one, if I can get it in the focus again, what I've got with this one is, rather than actually doing the pin striping, you literally, all you want to do is you just want to dry brush in the lighter colour all over to get the raised effect. It's much quicker, easier, and it probably gives a bit more of a natural effect. Again, you could do it in a few layers of colour. If you really want to raise it, you can edge highlight it, but I'm really talking about how to get it done quickly. So again, just dry brushing in a lighter blue or whatever colour you might be going for on top will just kind of give it that raised colour very quick. After that, rather than doing the whole detail of the gun, because you've already dry brushed it in the grey, it won't look too bad, you'll still get the details. And then what I just like to do is just like to tip the end in sort of your normal gun colour that you're doing majority of your creatures in. So, and that just sort of, as you'll see from sort of a mass, kind of gives a nice raised effect. You see, works quite nicely. And then after that, I find the easiest way to do the bases is just use the Games Workshop textured paint, and if you can see on here, kind of it looks okay. I mean, it's a very quick job. So you literally whack that down on the base and then just inking it on top, which runs in the cracks and gives you that kind of stony effect. And then what I like to do on sort of time to time on them is, if I find one, is just on the odd one you just want to use just like a little bit of flock, or I've used like little tufts. Again, when you just look at it en masse, then you'll see it just will add like that little bit of detail. And it will make them look nice en masse. So that's what you want to do. Now the second method that I'll run through pretty quickly for you is the sort of, we're going for more of a light shade generally. So this is one of my older models, and this one, what you're doing is you're sort of spraying in one of the lighter colours, and then you just ink in the skin rather than dry brushing. So you're going kind of the other way, and that again will run in all the cracks and you'll get that kind of effect. and then doing exactly the same method as I said before on the carapaces, just doing a lighter colour on top of your darker, and then just bringing out some highlights on the guns. This base is a bit more of a conventional sort of sand and flock base, but I think again you get the idea of sort of nice quick method of doing it. And again you'll find that with your eyes and teeth and stuff like that, because you've done that inking, it's running in all the gaps, it doesn't look too bad without it. And we've got another example here. I can get it in focus. There we go. So that's with the old Devourer there. And again, you just get an idea. Not a bad little way of doing it. Anyway, I hope this is really helpful for you. It's the only way I managed to keep sane enough to do about 150 I've now painted it all together. And I don't think they look too bad. It's a nice simple way of getting them on the table. And unless you've got all the time in the world and you can just carry on doing these for hours on end, then great. If you're like me and you just want to get them on the table, play them in competitions, make them look okay, then I'd say this is the best way of doing it. So hope you like the video, and there'll be more to come. Cheers, bye bye.